Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. Today we're going to do the top 5 Chanel perfumes for the month of August 2025. I have a beautiful garden here set up. It's like a sunset, could be also morning. A lot of flowers, very soothing, I want to say. Perfumes, look, in these past months, I have been really going towards my fragrances, looking for comfort, solace, and especially my Chanel perfumes, because I love my Chanel perfumes so much. So, and actually, there's kind of a new entry this month. Very excited about that. But first, let's get to subscribe, thumb up the video. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. So let's get to the first one, which is beige. I know, surprise, surprise. That honey really started growing on me, like over a year ago. And this was the last Les Exclusives that I ever reviewed. Well, we don't know. I mean, what the future will bring. Hopefully, Chanel is going to release new ones that we're going to get to review. But from their kind of initial release from the late 2000s, early 2010s, as an eau de toilette first, then Parfum, now EDP. This is the one that took the longest time to kind of grow on me the right way. So I finally reviewed it just a couple of months ago, depending when you watch this video. So go check out that review. But finally, the honey hit me. The hawthorn, which is a difficult ingredient or a difficult accord for me in perfumery, I guess I don't know if I have matured more or just my olfactory senses have developed. We keep changing. Our physique keeps changing. Our kind of chemical composition in the body changes. I mean, some people say, or some scientists or doctors say that like every 7 years, our body goes through a total transformation. And I think sometimes it also has to do with smell, meaning not that smell is the reason why we go through this change, but like smell is something that we perceive differently if and when we go through that change. So this is why I believe certain perfumes can all of a sudden, like for example, we've loved them for so many years, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like, oh, this doesn't smell right to me anymore. I mean, sure, it could be a reformulation of a fragrance that doesn't work with you anymore. It could be that the fragrance went stale if you've had it for, 60 years. Or it could just be that you have a fresh bottle and you've been using it for a year and then all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore for you. A lot can happen, and I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. It's just that's life, and I have really learned in my life as a lover of perfumes to embrace. I know this sounds a little bit corny maybe, but you know how perfumes for me are my like best friends, so they're always there for me. I love them so much. I consider them as real kind of people, characters with personalities in my life. So just like in real life, friends come and go. Um, and as sad as that is, that's how life is. What are you going to do? So sometimes perfumes have that effect as well. And, you can have a good relationship with the fragrance for many years, and then all of a sudden something doesn't click anymore. But I have also come to the realization that that's okay too. I don't get too upset about it. I just let it stay. I let that relationship kind of cool down. And then I revisit it after a while. And it could be that a perfume that I loved so much for 5, 6 years, all of a sudden I cannot stand it anymore. And then for 2 years, I cannot stand it. And then on the third year, I'm like, oh, I fall in love with it again. So I always say never. My mom always says, never shut the door with your butt. Always leave it delicately open because you never know. And this is why I also love giving second chances, sometimes even third chances. What are you going to do? I mean, they say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I don't know if that is always right either. People go through a lot, people carry a lot of baggage. You never know, right? So, what am I trying to say here? I guess, there are some people also that have kind of exited my life that I would like to get to know again, anew, start over. But hey, it's 2025. This is not the year to start things over, but I guess I'm just pushing against the general agenda. And I'm like, no, hope. I want to be hopeful. So, anyway, beige falls into that narrative completely. That's why I have discovered it for myself. So, it has become a love. So, this is kind of a friendship that never was, could have been, now is. We are delicately approaching each other and we are spending time together and we're getting to know each other with a lot of respect. So that's beige. And it is beautiful in the evenings as the sun sets. Sorry, I'm like fingerprint magnet here. But that is the beauty, that is beige. I have also the extrait of beige, and who knows, I might just review that one as well pretty soon. Never know. Or I'll wait a little. Let's see. Number 2 would be Coco Mademoiselle, and if I do find the shopping link to this one, I will be posting it here somewhere through YouTube. Wait, what is, did I get a scratch? How did I get a scratch in here? Oh, it's not a scratch. It is a dust ball. All right. Lovely. So I do have the special chain and pearl little edition here, which I have reviewed on my channel as well in a separate video. So go check it out. It's still the same formula, Coco Mademoiselle Eau de Parfum. So it's just like, the regular Coco Mademoiselle bottle, but with this twist and spray edition that you can attach as a bag charm to your bag. I'm a sucker for collectibles when it comes to Chanel, so of course I got this. It costs more per milliliter than if you get the regular bottle, so this is just like, if you want something a little bit more fancy. But forget about the packaging for a second and just focus on the perfume. This is one of the Y2K fragrances. It started that fruit patchouli movement and trend in perfumery in the early 2000s, and it was such a Y2K perfume for the longest time and very symbolic of that time. And I talk about this in depth in the review of Coco Mademoiselle, so I don't want to repeat myself too much, but long story short, after so many years have passed, we're talking 25 years almost, I think, because this one was released early 2000s. I don't want to say in 2000, maybe 2003-ish. So let's say almost 25 years old, right? And Chanel has been pushing it and promoting it and promoting it. And like it has transcended time, is what I'm trying to say, okay? It has rightfully deserved its place in Chanel classic perfumes, in my opinion. It is no longer, to me, the symbol of a smell of an era. It doesn't smell just of the Y2K era, but it now smells of a very Chanel-esque, aldehydic, rose, patchouli concoction with fruits. So it's a youthful, bubbly, fresh, hopeful fragrance, and it is kind of pearly. It has that, even the packaging, you think it's white, but this is a very light rose pearlescent finish that they use as a color for Coco Mademoiselle at Chanel. So to me, it's just a necessary fragrance right now. It gives me hope. It makes me feel good, youthful again. To be perfectly honest with you, the times that we're living right now, which are difficult in my humble opinion, this one gives me hope because it makes me feel like I have more time, which is sad, right? I mean, to survive the times we're living in. Like it makes me feel like, you know what? I feel 20 years younger when I wear this. And I'm like, okay, I have 20 years more to survive whatever we're going through right now. It's an illusion. It's a very bittersweet illusion. Dare I say it's a sweet truly illusion. That's Coco Mademoiselle for you. Bittersweet. And the more I think of it, and the more Coco Mademoiselle gives me that bittersweetness, it's a bittersweet story. There's sadness to it, loneliness, a hope to be loved and embraced. Not for nothing, Chanel advertises it usually, this particular perfume, as a party perfume, and the person wearing the perfume is usually alone at a party, or it's the end of a party and they forgot something and they have to run back to get whatever they lost. And then there's nobody there anymore. And kind of the balloons have been popped and there's like leftovers everywhere. There's something about the flavor of this perfume um, is very elegantly lonely, very beautiful, very, really, very beautiful. And I'm also thinking, I should, if I look back at all of my top, in general, top 5 perfume videos, but also connected to the months, uh, and if I were to connect all the dots between all the years and all the months that I've been doing this, I could write a whole book. Because if you kind of watch, like, for example, if we're to focus just on this particular niche, Chanel, and my top 5 Chanel perfumes every month, it's very, I discover something new about these perfumes. Of course, from time to time, certain perfumes repeat themselves, obviously. There's not an infinity of Chanel fragrances out there that we could just like keep going all of them on rotation. Plus, I do have my favorites. So, but I find myself as time passes and as I collect more experience in life, when I revisit these perfumes, like all of a sudden they tell me something new. It can be a little tiny nuance, something slightly different than what it was a year ago or a month ago, but it's there. And that difference is there. And when that difference happens, I grasp onto it and I dig deeper and I feel emotional and alive because I feel like the perfume opened up an extra door, an extra facet of itself to me. Wonderful feeling. It's a great sensation for me. Makes me very happy. And this is one of the major reasons why I love perfume so much. It's those stories that they tell me. Like just now, it hit me. Coco Mademoiselle being an elegant loneliness, a poetic loneliness, a very aesthetic, chic loneliness of a perfume. So if I find the link to it, I'll post it down below. Thumb up the video, subscribe. Let's get to my number 3. My number 3 is Comet. I adore Comet. I am on my second bottle. Stopped using it for a hot minute. Now again, it's in full bloom in August. It just works. There's the heat. It's just right. This beauty here, I've reviewed it twice already since it came out just a year ago, and I've gone through an entire bottle. And this one is, we're getting there. This one is also going to get used up before you can say Comet. Aldehydes in the opening, and the aldehydes are mimicking bitter almonds, which are mimicking cherry blossoms. And then you have the heliotrope. You have an Orris Rudy vibe in there. You have musks, a lot of musks. It's like, oh man, stardust, And really, this to me is a modern day Los Angeles perfume. This smells of LA nights to me. So it is very much that type of perfume. I know Chanel did not really promote it as such. Although if you think about stardust and stars and shooting star and comet, you could think Hollywood, in a way. I know that they're kind of referencing this to the celestial aspect of Comet and connecting it also to Coco's 1932 Platinum and Diamond jewelry collection, which had a lot of stars and comets in it. But I would say in terms of smell alone, of course, the 1932 Les Exclusifs perfume is the one that's supposed to smell of diamonds. I mean, the pear accord in 1932 is there for a reason. It's symbolically there because of the famous pear-cut, pear-shaped diamonds. You see, everything is kind of connected, even though the pear-cut diamond is not Coco's favorite or wasn't back in 1932. But we digress. Back to Comet here. 1932 will get its own chapter later on, maybe in another video. So, spoiler alert, 1932 is not on the list today. But Comet is on the list today, and the dry down is so soft and delicate, and it keeps evolving, it keeps changing. In my review of Comet, I do talk about Clytie, the water nymph, and Helios, the god of the sun, or the sun god, and their tragic story in Greek mythology. And Clytie is turned into a heliotrope flower because the heliotrope follows the sun as it moves. So there's a lot of poetry in here as well. And heliotrope is it's a sweet smell, like vanilla honey accord type of vibe. And then there's a bit of kind of like a violety orris rooty accord in here as well, which has a smidge of bel respiro in it. It's a summery, beautiful summery perfume. The hotter it is outside and the more this thing blooms. I also love it in winter, by the way. It's an all year round, but this thing takes time to grow on you. At first, it's a little bit too maybe abstract and dry in a very weird way. But then when it warms up to you and it starts telling you its story, you cannot but fall in love with it. And it is a very calming and soothing perfume for me. It gives me a lot of peace. Very well done, Olivier Polge. This one, I think this is the best one he did for the Les Exclusives range. And Olivier Polge did Misia. He did 1957. He did Le Lion, the Chanel, and he did Comet. I think he did those four. 1957, Le Lion, Misia. Yeah, and Comet only four since 2016. So Chanel is very calm about releasing these, unlike other luxury brands with their exclusive fragrances. They just churn out 2, 3, 4, 5 every year. Chanel takes its good time. But also, at the speed of light, do these other brands discontinue their exclusive perfumes. So if you fall in love with them, they're gone after a couple of years, and then they go like so expensive in the secondary market. That's just not cool. And I'm glad that Chanel at least doesn't do that. They do discontinue certain concentrations of their perfumes or versions, but not the actual perfume itself. Once it's been officially released, not as a limited edition, but as an actual perfume, they do their best to keep it in rotation, even though they might like chop off the EDT and just keep the EDP, stuff like that. But you can find the DNA of the perfume at least still after years and years and years, unlike at Louis Vuitton, where, their perfumes, they just butcher them after, it doesn't sell as much as we wanted it to. Okay, bye. Let's release another four instead, Part of luxury is also the feeling of continuity and that safety net. And I keep repeating this in this month because I need to feel safe. That safety net of knowing you're paying more, you're paying a premium price for luxury, but you're also paying that price not just because of the label and the brand, but also because of the reassurance that what you're buying will be there for you to repurchase whenever you want. It's never going to go away. That sense of stability is also part of luxury, in my opinion, and I pay gladly for it. Just knowing that something is giving me that stability, reassurance, safety, that I know every time I go back to Chanel, I will find Comet. They will have it. They might not have it in stock at the moment, but they'll order it for me. It's still in production. Like to have that reassurance, such a wonderful feeling. I don't feel that when I go to Louis. If I fall in love with there was one perfume from Louis Vuitton that I fell in love with, was Cactus Garden. They had it for one summer. And I'm like, oh, so if I want to repurchase it, yeah, no, we don't make it anymore. I'm like, so, yeah, no. It's not a good feeling. It starts feeling like, oh, they're making perfumes like many of the fragrances that come out with names of stars attached to them, Just some continue to be manufactured years later, some don't. Does anybody remember Dita Fontiz's perfume range from back in like 2013, 14, 15? It was in all drugstores. Now it's nowhere to be found anymore. It's just not a good feeling. Anyway, so that's number 3. Number 4, here's the new entry. Coco or Coco, and this is the Eau de Toilette. And why do we already have dust on you? You're brand new. Spotlights are really very strong here, and so like dust particles, you see them. Anyway, The Eau de Toilette, and this I will be reviewing. This one will be getting its own special review. Why? Because this is the new formulation of Coco. And the newest one I could find is not with a 1 batch code, but it is with 0102. So fresh enough. It's right down here. The etched in code is the batch code 0102. Eau de Toilette, it does not have the golden lining on the lid. It just has the golden double C. Otherwise, it is a fully black plastic lid. Take it off. It has a gold sprayer. So, and this is the good Chanel plastic that doesn't scratch easily, which they use also for their compact makeup cosmetic like this. They have a special technique, special type of plastic that doesn't scratch so easily. And you can see it because as you reflect the light, it has like a waviness to it. Very interesting. Anyway, so this is a beautiful rose, clove, beautiful soapy aldehydic opening, especially in the Eau de Toilette. I, in general, prefer Chanel Eau de Toilettes to Eau de Parfums. I do have, well, with the Les Exclusives, what are you going to do? They only make the Eau de Parfums at the moment, so I love them as well. But I did prefer the EDTs when they were available. Now, with Coco, I also love the Eau de Parfum as well as the Extrait. They've discontinued the Extrait, however. Hopefully, they'll bring it back one day. But the Eau de Toilette has a beautiful edge to it that the EDP doesn't have. The EDP is more rounded, it's more musky, more soft, more opulent and Byzantine, perhaps. This is more of an echo of all of that. It is more dry. It is more somber. It is more Coco Chanel, in my opinion, because she was more dry, tendency, Cristal and number 19. So when I smell beautiful Byzantine accord as is Coco, Chanel does have their Coromandel, which is also in this family. 31 Rue Cambon is also in this family. And of course, Coco Mademoiselle, being the flanker of Coco, is in this family with a new fruity, fresh accord in there. The rose in here is something majestic. You have to really understand that it's there. And once you understand that it's there, it's there. And then the clove just delivers that dry sweetness that is typical to cloves, which I adore. And for those of you who don't know, Coco also, the range had a whole bath and body range with dusting powder, oil, soap, all discontinued. You can still get the cream. I think they even discontinued the shower gel. So I think you can get the cream and maybe the body lotion. I'm not so sure if you can still get the shower gel. But we digress. The soap is where it's at. I stocked up on the soap years ago when it was announced. It wasn't officially announced, but I heard through the grapevine that they would discontinue the soaps. And I can tell you that that soap is majestic, and I have it in my laundry, and it's always kind of in my drawers and wardrobe, and everything smells so divine of it. And I can tell you that the Eau de Toilette is the closest to what the soap smelled like. A smidge warmer than the soap. The soap is even a little bit cooler, but the fact that the Eau de Toilette has that slight edge and coolness to it is what makes it so beautiful in August, because it doesn't overheat you, even though it is a sensual, slightly warm fragrance. The EDP heats up more. The EDT does not. The EDT stays sober and very clear-minded and soapy. Clean, soapy, dry. Those aldehydes sparkle throughout the entire duration of the perfume on your skin. And the EDT does not have as many fans as the EDP. Also, I believe because the EDP is packaged in the classic Chanel bottle, like Chanel number 5. And I think that's why the EDP gets more love, because the bottle is more recognizable. When, when you see this bottle, it's like, a lot of people are not really fans of this one. I love it. I think this 80s design is so beautiful. It already stems from the 70s, actually, but the perfume was released in the 80s. I believe that Coco EDT, this is the 100 ml. They still also make the 50 ml. I don't know for how long, though, but the 100 ml will stay. I think if they discontinue a size, they'll probably first discontinue the 50 and then the 100 well, I don't know. I hope they're going to keep the EDT in production. Yeah. It's a monolith of a bottle. I love this aesthetic. I love this design. Up until a couple of years ago, Coco Cristal EDP was also sold in this bottle, except it had a printed name on it without a sticker, and it had silver lining on the lid. This one had gold. Chanel streamlined it, minimized it. Now you can see there's no gold there. I guess they save money that way. Maximizing profits wherever they can. Oh my gosh, this is such a fingerprint magnet. Plastic. And so for Cristal, for the Eau de Parfum, they rebottled the perfume into the classic Chanel No. 5 bottle. But they couldn't do that with Coco because already the Eau de Parfum is in that bottle. So they have to differentiate the Eau de Toilette from the Eau de Parfum. What does this mean? This means that with time, throughout the years, they have discontinued this bottle shape from all other perfumes that carried this bottle shape. And the last one still standing in this bottle shape is the Eau de Toilette of Coco, because the Eau de Parfum already has that Chanel No. 5 bottle. So the question is, how long are they going to keep this in production if this is the last one standing still in this bottle shape? Or are they going to discontinue the Eau de Toilette fully? Or are they going to repackage the Eau de Toilette of Coco to fit the same Eau de Toilette bottles of number 19, of Cristal EDT, of Chanel No. 5 EDT? I think the next step would be to turn Coco Eau de Toilette, to put Coco Eau de Toilette in the Eau de Toilette bottle that they have for 19 Cristal and No. 5. I think that's the next step. So because again, they're going to maximize profits because they won't have to produce this bottle anymore, right? They're going to produce that other sleek, kind of squared off bottle for all of their EDTs from their classic perfumes. Makes sense, even though it's kind of sad because you lose character. But I would not mind also seeing Coco in that elongated bottle. I think that would also be elegant, although I would miss this 80s opulence. I would still like to have the gold lines there, but we don't anymore. Now, as for the smell, that muskiness, that civety clovey vibe, that vanilla with that opening soapy aldehydic accord with an opulence of a dry, beautiful rose. Man, just amazing. It is so elegant. It is so sophisticated. It's opulent. It's rich. It's a shoulder pad 80s perfume, okay? So even if it's an EDT and not an EDP, it still has that gravitas, that Chanel gravitas. And I can tell you so far, and I'll talk more about it in my official review of this new current formula, it lasts. Especially on clothes. This thing sticks for days, so it has really good longevity, on my skin at least. So my little kind of secret tip, get the EDT as long as they still make it in this bottle. And my number 5, while you're thumbing up the video and subscribing, my number 5 would be number 5 in the bottle I've been talking to you about this whole time, the Chanel No. 5 bottle. This is the 200 milliliter size of the perfume. It is huge. And yes, I do love the EDT, but there's something about this, the dustiness of the EDP now in summer, or for number 5, because the past months I've been wearing a lot the EDT, And I miss the heft of the EDP. This one only for like at night or going to bed. In August, the aldehydes are beautiful. The jasmine is beautiful. The rose accord in here is beautiful. The vanilla vibe, the patchouli, everything. This is an 80s formula, 80s concentration, maybe not formula because it has been reformulated. But the Eau de Parfum was first released in the 80s, even though the EDT and Parfum were released in the 1920s. So the EDP had to wait until the mid-80s, you guys, and Jacques Polge is the nose behind it. So it is a very dusty, opulent 80s. Beautiful fragrance, man. I mean, this is also beautiful, round about the holiday season and winter time or late autumn, but it's also really beautiful in the summer in this gorgeous garden because this is an abstract floral accord. Coco wanted an abstraction of a perfume that doesn't really smell of anything, but also smells of everything. And the EDP is the closest you're going to get in terms of idea, concept to the extrait. The EDT is quite different to the EDP. And then Eau Première and De l'Eau are also their own kind of versions or their own chapters of the story of Chanel No. 5. But the Eau de Parfum is kind of the closest we get to the idea of what the extrait is. And yes, the extrait is still in production, even though very rare. And they do such small batches, and they're always sold out. And in the 7.5 ml or the 15 ml. And then they have the bigger ones. It's like 30 ml has been missing for over 2 years. And then they brought back just a few bottles, and now it's sold out again. So I don't know if it's that easy to find the 30 ml of the Parfum. But the Eau de Parfum it's such a joy. And in this huge bottle, this is the best. 200 ml. Oh man, it's so beautiful. Such a beautiful perfume. I love it. And it's a perfume I know very well because I've been using it for decades and decades. So it balances me out. It gives me peace. It makes me feel very stable. Whenever I wear Chanel No. 5, I feel like I can do anything. I can conquer any obstacle. If there's an important meeting to be done, if there's an important, something that I got to deal with, business-wise, bureaucracy-wise, with people, management, whatever, you wear No. 5 and you're like, okay, I can do this. And I do it. And I get through it. And this perfume is really, this bottle has that shoulder that I can lean on every time, So I actually call these the shoulders of No. 5. Coco's shoulders, basically, yeah? Chanel No. 5 in this bottle gives me Coco's shoulders to lean on whenever I need support to get through difficult times. Love it to bits. Those are my top 5 perfumes for the month of August 2025. So we've gone through Commit, Beige, we did Coco Mademoiselle, Coco, and No. 5. Let me know your favorites down below. I think I can find a shopping link to this one on YouTube because I have seen it a couple of times. It's also not always available, the 200 ml, because it's, good value. The ratio milliliter, price per milliliter is really good on this one. So let me know your favorite Chanel perfumes or just any perfumes, really, this current month down below. Subscribe, thumb up the video, and until next time, never forget to never give up on fragrant love. Bye.